guys, James and my mom are on their 25th wedding.
I'm putting there.
On it anyway.
That's my phone. It's not on silent.
Listen, no cell phones up here. You guys put those.
They're
fucking
putting
things-
them on
Putting them on
silent.
silent.
You are just in the way, old man.
Boomer.
We're back up.
All right.
Okay. Well, we're trying to get the internet worked out. We kicked everybody else off the Wi-Fi signal. I think Shelton knows how that works way better than I do. But so Tanner and
Dory?
Dory?
Yes, Dory.
Okay, well, sound
Hey,
off.
Lauren.
Say with your chest.
Yeah, Dory, welcome. Tanner, eat shit and bark at the monkey.
So these guys are role playing the fight for us. And Dory is a savage in the shoot house.
Yes, yeah. She shoots
So.
people and giggles like she's doing right now.
Yeah.
See? And it's embarrassing to these folks. Damn.
It's emasculating sometimes.
Hey there, young Tanner.
Oh, there's John. I work with John. Shout out to John.
Hey, block Max Lizana.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, oh shit, I had a baby and gained weight. Ooh, fuck.
What the hell? Oh, now I know why you want to block him. I wasn't reading it. Now I read it. Yeah, he should be blocked. Banned.
They've just specified that they're saying good evening to you, Tim.
Oh, are they all?
Yeah.
Oh,
Howdy.
just me? So I know I'm famous. Y'all love me
Spelling my
and know
name
me
wrong.
so well.
Spelling your name wrong. Wow.
Shot anybody in the dick?
Airborne grandpa.
God damn.
So, if you guys got any questions about anything, subject matter, training, survival, any of that stuff like that, you can post them up.
Yep.
We'll do our best to answer them.
Right now we are on the final class of the trifecta. We had fighting pistol, then immediate action medical, and now the fight. I saw earlier in the comments people were talking about immediate action medical. You are provided a trauma kit up at Fort Knox, and this guy come up and he started hitting on me. He was like, I don't see no ring. I'm like, yeah, because my fingers are too fat to wear one right now.
I don't see no ring.
It's weird the number of people who hit on.
Are we back live yet? From Big Pyro 413. They angled different than the other models. I don't know that it is. You guys are using, quit buying aftermarket magazines, please. You're setting yourself up for failure. If I've got a Glock gun, I've got Glock magazines. If I've got a Smith & Wesson, I got Smith & Wesson magazine. Quit buying this fucking aftermarket shit. It's just a waste of money and a waste of time, and they're going to fail you when you need them. So quit doing it, please.
I missed that question. Green tip ammo allowed to be used in the class?
Green tip ammo, no, not. You can use it on paper, but when we go to shoot steel, the answer is no. We don't want it shot on our steel targets. But if you have like 500 rounds of green tip and 500,000 rounds of regular ammo, you can use a green tip on day one, which we're just shooting paper, and that will be fine, but not on steel, please.
What happened to, they said, James, I'm praying for a fast recovery, and I found James.
Maybe his tongue?
I don't know.
And wrong stuff?
Maybe.
Okay.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's different.
I don't know.
Look at the 17. I don't know. And it may be the Gen 5 mags you're talking about. I don't know. The rest of them look the same to me, but I don't really eyeball them that hard. I just make sure they're Glocks and they work.
Imagine God did it for a reason.
The other thing, guys, is, and most of you guys that have trained us would know this, put your initials, at least your initials, and number each one of your magazines. That way, if you have a problem with a certain magazine, you know which one to get rid of. You don't have to get rid of your whole stock and start over again.
I put your whole last name, like, because when we find them here, we try to get them back to their owners, but when it says, like, ST7, like, we don't know who that is.
Okay, good point. But yeah, we do. We don't want anything that doesn't belong to us. We've got probably a box in the back with magazines in it with no names on them. We won't use those. It's bad karma, and they just stay there. And when the student shows up and he says, I left a magazine last time, we send him to the box, and if he can find one, get it. It's just bad karma. But if you, like Kayla said, if you'll put your name on it, we'll send them back to you. We'll put them in a pouch and send them back to you. We don't want any shit that doesn't belong to us. Am I going to, Tim, are you going to Raton in September? I have no idea. That's a Maryland question. Sorry. Maryland tells me where to go and when to be there. So I don't know the answer to that question, to be honest with you, at this point. Anything else?
Dude from Alaska, just come in the winter.
Tim, Police Magnum 870 is good to go for fighting shotgun. Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Yeah, it would be a lot to get to Alaska. Like, it would take a whole lot to get to Alaska.
The schedule's packed year round.
Way easier for you to come down here in the wintertime.
Yeah.
Our winters are pretty cold, so you'd feel kind of homey. I need more Glock 17 bad karma. They're like not very heavy with the questions. Not.
No, they don't trust our answers. They don't think we know.
They don't
anything.
trust you.
I mean, it's good judgment on their part not to trust me. I don't know shit, but you know, you can still ask. I'll give you some.
I've got some dating advice too if you need that.
I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
Yeah, I'm interested.
Thank God I'm married. I want to hear this.
Says the single 7-year-old.
I want to hear it.
Yeah,
Let's hear it, Tim.
You can't beat it.
You threw it out there. I'm reeling it in. Let's go.
If they ask me a question, I'll answer it. I'm just not going to blurt.
You said you have dating advice.
I do have dating advice.
This is
okay.
Tim's
I want to
advice.
know how to catch a girl.
Chloroform.
How do you catch a
Chloroform.
Chloroform? Yeah.
Andy asked, Tim, how's your Beretta 1301 held up? It's good. I've got probably, and I hand it out to students when we have a shotgun class. So that's another good thing about shotgun. Guys, if you don't have a shotgun, please just show up to shotgun class. Bring the ammo. We have rental guns, and also shotguns are a little bit more laid back in this respect. We pass guns around. If somebody's got a gun in class you want to use, they'll be happy to loan it to you. And my 1301's out there, and anything else I own will be out there on the range, and we just kind of pass them around. I would rather you come to shotgun class with just the ammo and have a better knowledge after classes with what you need and what you want than you would buy something you're going to regret. So, and there's some good guns out there, don't get me wrong. The late, probably in the last 3 years, any 870 built in the last 3 years, I'd stay away from them. We've had a lot of problems with that because their quality control dropped. But if you can find an old one, a police buyback, they're good to go. But if you don't have anything, just show up to class, guys.
It's really weird hearing you sound smart. It's really weird hearing you sound smart.
I'll have to take Kayla's word for it. I didn't listen to a word you said.
So right now in the studio we have quite a few students. There's like 2, 4, 6, somewhere around 10 people. We have Brickell, American gun girl.
Gun chick.
Gun chick. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll improve the quality of this. I'll step off. She can come up.
Yeah.
No, don't do that.
You want to come on up, Brickell?
Shut your face.
And then,
yeah. I'll stand right next to him.
I saw a question like, what positions should the toilet seat be in?
Here looks great.
It should be down.
What?
And
My face.
What are we talking about?
Somebody asked, what position should the toilet seat be left in? Down, because dudes use it down half the time they're in there, and girls always, and some dudes use it down all the time. Pierre, I'm talking to you. No, he admits that, guys. But yeah, it has to be left down. When you have small children and you have to go rescue them at 2 o'clock in the morning because they fell in when Dad left the seat up, they'll
learn to swim. Is what I'm going.
No. No. And then,
You better put
like,
some water
if it
wings
ever
on 'em.
happens to you,
Put some
like,
water wings
when
on 'em
you're
before
the
you send 'em in
one,
there.
okay, but when you're the one needing to be rescued at 2 a.m.
Brian Sayers said he misses you and he loves
Brian Zayers? Oh,
Brian Sayers.
Brian
I
Sayers.
missed
Brian.
it. Where's it?
Brian Zayers.
you. See, it says, I miss you so much, Tim.
He's
Oh.
a homo. Brian Zayers is a New York State policeman.
Right? It is weird to hear me say that Tim sounds smart.
There's not much to miss about James. Or not.
Oh, there's Fat
not
Nuts
James,
42.
Tim.
Pardon me?
Fat Nuts 42 said, what's up?
A Fat Nuts 40. I don't like that guy either.
You don't like anybody.
No, he got me started on those damn candies in the truck with James. Him and I and Raton. Jesus Christ, I can't get enough of them bastards now. These little red fire hot little cinnamon candies. Jesus Christ.
That's weird.
Thoughts on SBS short barrel shotguns? I don't think you need them, but the good thing about it is with these arm braces, you don't need to just put an arm brace on one if you want one. James has got the Shockwave or a Remington. I don't remember which one he has. I think he's got the Shockwave. They're good to go. I mean, they're a home
Show
defense
that.
gun, basically, is what they are. But I wouldn't SBS one and get a stamp or nothing like that. I just put an arm brace on them, screw them.
You cut sandwiches horizontally.
No,
What?
diagonally, so they're triangles.
No, yeah, the triangle, whatever. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Holy shit.
What's up, Micah? Is it Micah or Mika?
Yeah, diagonally.
Look how high her hair is, man. That's got to have some oxygen up there. You got
Well,
oxygen in
The higher the hair, the
You're talking
closer
about
to
my-
Jesus. Shut your mouth, Tim.
Wow.
Yeah. I
Shit.
got more hair than you.
I know. And look,
Don't be hating.
you know what we call that, don't you?
Beautiful.
Audubon. Audubon
Audubon.
on a poodle's ass.
He's got some jokes.
There are so many people here because, like, we invite them to kind of hang out and watch. Like, at Tactical Response, we really are family. We become friends with these people. We like spending time with them. And when they get to be a part of stuff like this, it just makes it more enjoyable for everybody.
Someone said, kick Tim for me, please.
Okay.
Got
Specifically
shot
for me.
Twice.
I like it, baby.
Yeah,
Okay.
Tim's into that stuff. So.
Austin says, Tim, opinion on a SIG P365 for fighting pistol. They're just now showing up in our classes, and all I can say is I've seen probably 5 or 6 in the past couple months. So far, so good. They seem to be working fine. I have no problem with them. They seem to be working fine. That's all I can tell you. Now, I haven't seen a whole bunch of them. Like I said, I hate to make a decision on something where I haven't seen a bunch of them yet. But like I said, I've probably seen 5 to 7 in the past 2 months in class, and all of them work so far. So that's all I can talk about. Tim, you have any thoughts on a DP12 or any other newer shotgun? The answer is stay away from them, some bitches. The Kel-Tec bullpup type shotguns, I haven't seen any of them that are worth a damn, with the exception of the IWI, the new IWI Tavor type shotgun. I had one in class. It worked fine, but my takeaway on it is it's too heavy and bulky to be usable in the context of what we're using them in. It would be hellish to go down a hallway with this thing. It's just big and bulky. Now, true, it's got 16 rounds in it. It's got 3 5-round magazines, 1 in the chamber, so a lot of ammo. But you guys are missing the point. Bad guys are not going to stay in your house when you start lighting them up with a shotgun. Clint Smith's favorite saying, one of his sayings was, pistol puts little holes in people, rifle puts bigger holes, and shotgun take pieces off. I like a shotgun, but you don't need, if you've got a 4-in-1, you've got enough, guys.
Like, we had a trauma surgeon that used to teach for us, and everybody was asking him, like, what he carried. He said 9, because, like, looking at the holes, you can't tell the difference unless you get down with the measure, and you can count them, though. And then he was like, pistol, if you make it to the hospital, you're living. Rifle, like, most of the time, they're, like, it does some damage, and they're like, what about shotguns? He's like, oh, I go to the morgue to see those guys. So... my parent, the internet might have been out when I said it. James and my mom are out of town. They went out west for their 25th wedding anniversary on the trip of a lifetime, getting to see everything. And I forgot to mention it, big news, we are the official owners of the Birdsong Range now. So, like, that's done. We signed paperwork this past week, and the range belongs to the Bird Song Inc. thing, tactical response, but under a different LLC or something like that.
Okay, Mike Sykes says, Tim, any experience thoughts on the Benelli pump guns? Yes, the Benelli Supernovas and Novas, those are fine guns. They work fine. My only take on them is they're all set up for 3.5 3-inch and 2 3/4 shells, which means it's very easy to turn a 2 3/4 around backwards in one. I've done that before. They've got a huge port, which in normal circumstances you would want, but in that case, it's real easy to turn one around. But as far as reliability on them, the Benelli pumps, whether it be a Nova or Supernova, are good to go.
I got a lot of Tim questions. I did not realize that so many people liked you.
They don't
crazy.
like me, they just want information. Liking and information are two separate things.
Tim, don't
Listen,
use it all
they'll go
up.
to a doctor they hate just for him to tell them they got cancer or some shit. I don't know, you know what I mean?
No.
Yeah, we
I
don't
don't
do
know
that.
what you mean.
Can't relate. Sorry.
I don't know if I told you guys this or not. Have you guys heard the one about the two buddies that walk out of a bar? They're a little bit drunk. They've been having a lot to drink, and they see a male dog licking itself in a parking lot like a male dog would do.
Okay.
And the one buddy looks at it and goes, man, I wish I could do that. And his buddy goes, man, that dog would bite you. I'd leave him alone if I were you. He looks like he's busy. All right. Yes, happy 25th to James, yes.
It's the big one.
Yeah, it's a big one. Sean White, 1301 or M 1014. If money's not an issue, the 1014 is just as good. If money's an issue, 1301 is a lot cheaper.
Still driving the green Blazer?
Yes, I am.
It's
Is that your-
it's parked out there in front of the no parking sign right now.
Yeah, no, but that's my parking area.
Oh, you're talking about that green.
I'm the
green
one that's got
truck?
a bike in there that wants to get it out.
That green truck.
Yeah.
Yes. Uh-huh.
That
That
rusty
beautiful,
ass.
rusty ass, old, no hubcap truck.
DB Cooper said the Super Black Eagle is shit for knocking down pheasants. You better believe it. They're a good gun.
Somebody said
Timmy.
my wife loves you, Tim.
God help
Sucking
her.
up. Now. Like, I
Yeah.
might wanna-
Like, I liked him.
My wife loves you, Tim. You might want to get her some treatment.
Tim's not the old school brother. He's the creepy uncle at the family reunion that's going to make inappropriate advances towards his cousin.
No, that's not true. At least not my first cousin. Somebody says, Dakota says 357 SIG beats 9mm. 357 SIG is a high pressure round and you don't need it. Everybody's getting away from it, guys. All this stuff that's came out, like the 45 gap and all that stuff, is just BS. Stick with a 9mm 45 and you'll be good to go. This other stuff, you're asking for trouble when you got a high pressure round. That's why we don't like 40. It's a high pressure round as well. It'll beat the gun up. Now, most of you people don't shoot like we shoot, but when we put thousands of rounds through our guns every year, if I was shooting a 40, I'd already replace barrels and bushings and all kind of shit, and I ain't got time for that.
And I don't
Somebody
like
said you
shooting
need to talk.
anything with that much of
No.
like a recoil. Like
Yeah, you don't need it.
I'm a princess. I want shooting to be enjoyable.
They said you need to talk.
Dory, Jason says you need to talk.
Yeah. and then
So jump in there, baby girl.
someone asked what my favorite class was so far.
Go ahead.
I've had a lot, but I really liked taking the force on force one, specifically the fight, 'cause it just taught a lot about like you need to move, you need to watch the front sights, and role playing it really helps you see like what other people do and realize that, oh, you should probably not do that. That was kind of stupid.
Dory, the first two things you said, I wish you'd say that in class because those people aren't doing those things you just said. Look at your sights and move. God bless you. 14-year-old knows that, and you stupid son bitches stand there getting shot and come back in and look at me like I had something to do with it. Hell, I didn't even have a gun in my hand. I had a 14-year-old shoot you. Jesus Christ.
What do you say to friends on the left that believe you shouldn't carry around them, even though you have a license to carry and reliable weapons to protect them?
First thing I'm going to say is you shouldn't tell your friends you're carrying around them. It's none of their business. Number two, if they know you're carrying around, if the shit hits the fan, guess who they're using for cover? You. So I wouldn't even tell them. And the second thing, the most important thing, let's back up a little bit. I'd get rid of those fucking friends. How about that?
That's what I
Okay,
was
so
That'd be useless.
like here's the opposite take to that, because everybody said like don't be friends. Like I don't have that kind of negativity in my life. Like if shit ever does go crazy, like, it is going to be harder to shoot into a crowd of friendly faces than it is of people that you don't like. So I have friends that, like, all kind of liberal friends, and I responsibly educate them on, like, hey, check it out. You think everybody that carries a gun is crazy? Like, you like me, I carry a gun. So I lead by example, and, like, this is what most gun owners look like.
Kayla, I agree with you. I think that's a good statement, and I agree with that for the most part. But some of these people have completely fucking lost it. When you tell me XX and XY chromosome don't exist anymore.
We are not getting into that discussion.
tell me
Shut
that,
it down,
no.
Tim. Shut it
No,
down.
don't tell me that. Don't tell me I've got to
They
pretend.
didn't ask about transgender.
I'm not
They
talking
asked about guns.
I didn't say anything about that. I said if you
said
tell me they don't
X-
believe XY and XX chromosomes exist,
Whatever.
we got a
Whatever.
problem. Wait a minute. It says, let's get back to this. 24-inch barrel on 870 too much for shotgun training? No. Any length is fine. Hell, a hunting gun is fine, guys. If you know how to use it, the bad guy don't know the difference between a 20-inch barrel and a 24-inch barrel. He won't give a shit. You just pattern them. Well, you need to pattern your shotgun.
Someone asked my favorite part of the day today is probably getting to draw on people. I just like drawing on people and seeing their reactions to what I draw on them. It's so fun.
So she did a drill today where she was a supposed tattoo artist, and she
y'all
actually
did the
did
tattoos.
tattoos.
Yeah.
It was actually awesome. Yes.
Drawing a bunch of dicks on people.
Wait.
I'm just speaking the truth.
Come on, man.
You want me to lie?
He's gonna get us shut down.
Oh yeah, we can't say that.
Yeah, 14-year-old too. Yeah, that'd get the police up here pretty quick. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, you hear that? That's James yelling at us right now.
Yeah. So no, like, for when I break it down into, because somebody else mentioned the gun thing, like, I carry a gun to protect myself and my kids. And when I point out, like, you're trying to tell me that I shouldn't have the right to do everything in my power to protect my children, like, that's not cool. So I'll just keep showing you what a responsible gun owner looks like, and you keep pretending that they don't exist or shouldn't exist.
And yes, Brian, we will be at alumni, most likely.
Wait a minute. You said we will, and most likely. That ain't the same thing. You either will, you most likely.
No, I'm sure we will.
Okay.
We will. As long as Tim's not there.
Oh, honey, I'll be there. Tim, what did you mean when you said pattern them regarding shotguns? All shotguns are different, guys. You can buy two 870s off one serial number part built by the same guy on the same assembly line on the same day, and one of them will like Remington double-aught buck and one will like Fiocchi double-aught buck. There's just no rhyme or reason to them. You need to go out and pattern that shotgun with the ammunition you're going to use at the ranges you're going to use it at. Now, don't get too carried away, because most of you guys, like my house, for example, I have a 7-yard unobstructed shot. Is the longest shot I've got to take with that shotgun. I need to know what that gun does at 7 yards and back to the muzzle. So when I'm saying patterning, I mean go out and pattern it and make sure you understand what that round is doing, what the pattern looks like. That way you'll know how to aim it and how to use it. And since like I said, all shotguns are different, there's no rhyme or reason to it either. Why this one works with this shell and one works with that one. You just got to go do it.
So we've actually, somebody said it's too bad that so many women fall for it. Like, we have had more women in the last, 5-7 years than ever before. Like, when I first started training with tactical response, it wasn't tactical response yet. I was really little, but I was the only girl around for a long time. And I used to get really, really excited, like, yay, once a month there's a girl in class. And now it's like we hardly have a class where there's not a woman in it.
I think the last class I was in, we had 3 or 4 ladies out of 16 people.
Yeah,
17 people. Yeah.
Like, it's still male dominated, but there are a lot more women coming. Like, we have just a housewife in class taking the fight today. She's here. It's Tanner's mom, Kim. Like, she's here taking it, and we've got a lot more women taking classes now, and it's for the they're like, well, I want to be able to protect my kids. My husband's not always around, or I'm a single mom or newly divorced woman in her 40s, and people who are finally like, yeah, I should take responsibility for my own safety.
Exactly. That's what I promote.
I just
Women
want
and
to
firearms.
jump in and say she did not want to protect me at all, and I died because of it. So.
Oh, go.
Oh my
Go.
God. Listen, you're out of the will, you stupid ass. You just got excommunicated.
Everyone's asking what I'm drinking. This is root beer.
A&W.
If you can't tell.
Somebody was asking about more medical videos. Have you taken immediate action medical with me yet? I talk a lot more in depth about the stuff that is on that video.
And guys, the thing about it is we all talk about shooting classes, but let's be realistic. Hopefully, you will never be in a shooting, but I promise you, we've had a bunch of students help other folks out and saving their lives, like leaving a class. We've never had a student in a shooting when they left a class. Now, we have had students in shootings, probably our record's 51 something, but we've had more people leave a class on the way home, stop at an accident and save somebody's life because they know how to use this medical gear. The other thing is, let's be realistic. You guys are parents and you have kids and stuff like that. If you don't know this by now, you should know this. Police are not going to let medical on the scene until they get the scene secure. So you can watch your loved one bleed out in front of you because you can't fix it. That's a hard thing to live with when it's over with, guys. So medical, I think it's the most underrated class we have by you guys. Not that it's underrated. I think you don't think it's valuable and a worthwhile class, but it is. It's very much so. Well worth your time. Very much well worth your time.
Like, about 80% of our students, I think, are fighting pistol students. And like he said, we've had under 100 out of the thousands and thousands of students actually get into gunfights. I'm not talking about the ones who de-escalated and avoided gunfights, but the ones who have actually had to use the gunfighting part of the class. Medical maybe makes up 3 or 4% of our students, and hundreds of students have called and been like, I'm so glad I had that class, like this happened.
And here's the other thing right now about that class. It requires no ammunition from you guys. I know ammunition's high right now and everybody's having a hard time finding it. That class, no ammunition required whatsoever. You don't have to provide anything for that class except your body and an open mind. I don't know why you guys aren't.
Tim, you don't get to ask people for their body. You show up with an open mind.
I didn't ask for their body.
You don't have to provide anything but your body. Come on. No,
Wow.
you just show up with an open mind and just
And an
willing
open
to. Yeah. Just open.
Jesus Christ. I know. Listen, this is where I should leave at. There's 3 women up here. I shouldn't be standing here right now. This is dangerous. This is called an accident waiting to happen.
And like I've said it before in live streams, our trifecta, the one that these our students are in right now, the fighting pistol, immediate action medical, and force on force should be life skill classes. Like if you need those 3 classes from us, and especially if you're a parent, because if you haven't had training, like if you don't know how to protect your kids and you don't know how to save your kid's life, you are failing as a parent.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
I just hit your gun.
That's kind of harsh.
No, it's not.
I know it's not. I'm just being
No, it's
facetious.
not. I've had to perform like medical on 2 out of 3 kids so far. Like,
Jody's in the house. He said
Hi,
keep an eye on you.
Jody.
Jody, who?
Weapons junkie.
Welcome.
oh,
Okay.
The one
hi,
with the
Jody.
painted nails.
I don't want to know.
He
that.
lost his
Please don't
earring
tell
in the
that.
shoot house. I've been looking for it.
Oh, did he?
Mm-hmm.
10mm Diggler.
Who's recommending a 380?
That's wrong.
Don't.
Bam.
You do not recommend 380s.
Listen, I
On this
saw a
channel.
380. I saw a 380 in Tom Gibbons' class.
That's the class. I was about to bring that one up.
And Tom uses these big metal, you guys have seen them, these metal binders that he posts targets up with. A guy shot one of those binders with a 380 and it didn't even penetrate it.
Nope.
A metal binder that was that thin.
And he took it's the Tom Gibbons Range Master Instructor class. He took it at a different time than me. And it happened in my class as well. So it wasn't just like, oh, this one time this thing happened. Like, it consistently did not make it through the big metal, they're like binder clips.
I would actually, no, I'm not even going to say it. No, I'm not going to say it.
No, 9mm is the smallest caliber that is appropriate for self-defense in handguns.
Yep.
Final answer. Okay.
Somebody, John Johnson said, I will be taking immediate action medical in the fight the week of July 12th. Well, why do we need to know that, John Johnson? Just show up.
Tim, you're such
Damn.
an ass.
Terrible customer service.
He's like, we don't care.
Some bitch.
He's so used to talking with a dip in his mouth, it still sounds like he has one in it when he doesn't.
I'm going to put one in.
Why doesn't he?
These guys are getting me all cranked up. I'm going to put one in.
Your gun is poking me.
That's not his gun.
I'm waiting for that. Is Karen a Desert Eagle? I'm gonna stand over here a little bit more.
Come on. Bring it in, Raquel.
I'm taking fight at night too.
Raquel,
So
any
fun.
North Carolina adventures in the future?
North Carolina? Such a random state.
Women can't
possibly,
shoot or
probably.
drive.
So that's where he's at.
Who said that?
Someone said women
George
can't shoot or drive.
Lopez.
George
Yeah.
Lopez.
What?
George Lopez.
Yeah.
George Lopez.
Women
George
can't
Lopez.
shoot or drive.
Come
I
to
will-
the shoot house
Yeah, no shit.
and hang out with our women.
Listen,
Yeah,
just
you
because I
come and
can't
hang out
drive.
with Dory.
Yeah.
I bet you won't say that. She can't drive, but I know what she can do.
He didn't
Sweet
even say
Jesus.
me, he just said Dory. Even though I shot him.
I'm more impressive.
So AK and Glock guy, at the end of it, like, it'll all be on YouTube for you to go back and watch.
Tim
later.
said, do you teach the fight at night? Super excited for that. No, they banned me from that because I had a class that we were going to put on, but James said no. It was a fight at night, women only, no flashlights, no night sights.
No clothes.
And he said no, and I go, that would have been a good class. He goes, for you maybe.
Yeah, for you.
Women's class.
Yeah, women's class. Actually, believe it or not, I don't have any filters. Everybody knows me knows that, but I can clean it up. We had Girl Scouts here, 13 of them between ages 11 and 13, and it turned out to be a very nice class, and I didn't use any foul language either. So
That's
there
a
you
lie.
What was that?
go. Dory, you weren't there.
I just know.
Okay, Tanya, for medical professionals, like, you will probably know most of the stuff we teach, but if you are working in a hospital environment, the stuff that we're doing has usually already happened by the time it's gotten to you. So the tourniquets are already in place, their airway's been secured, like, all that stuff has already happened. And the biggest thing, because we have like doctors and PAs, nurse practitioners, nurses, people, EMTs, paramedics, the biggest thing that they get out of the class is learning how to do it with their head up. Like, I'm a nurse as well, working in a sterile environment where there's no threats around you. It's easy to get sucked in to what you're doing and focused on it. And you can ask any student in here that took medical with me over the last 2 days. Like, I probably yelled, keep your fucking head up, like 200 or 300 times. And like, they were getting really good at it. So it teaches you how to do like the medical stuff in a more tactical environment. Like keeping your head up on a swivel, being aware of your surroundings, and doing it all under pressure.
Yeah, I'm gonna practice keeping my head up with everything. Cooking,
Yeah.
Yeah.
cleaning.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, and it's important. And you guys, if you practice doing that on the everyday stuff you do, keeping your head up, it's just like me reloading magazines. You will never see me my head down looking at a magazine when I'm reloading. I'm looking around while I can find it. I practice that where I don't have to look down at it. Reloading your guns. If you reload your guns and you get a proficient with that, that's an easy skill to practice as well at home with dummy ammunition. Practice getting this gun up and reloading it without looking at it. Keep your eye on the thread or where the last place you were looking, or look around. You can do it, guys. You get sucked into this stuff where you're looking at something, eyeballing something to death. You just lost all situational awareness. You don't know what's going on.
And it another thing that I've seen medical professionals get out of the class is like when we are on the job and we hear that there's an emergency, we run to it. And this class kind of teaches you to take that pause to make sure that you should even get involved first. And Jerry and I were discussing it, and we were like, if we can get them moving and putting tourniquets on with their head up, we're calling it a win. Like, because it's a lot of information to take in over the course of 2 days for somebody who's not into it. But for medical professionals, like, that's the biggest thing that you're going to get out of it is moving and keeping your head up.
Right. And the big thing is, she just mentioned it, is if I can get that person that's injured to start treating themselves and they got an open airway, why don't I get them moving to me? Because where they were shot at is probably a bad location. They got shot there. Why do I want to go there? If I can get that person moving to me, I know they got a clear airway, and if I can get them start to treat themselves, I get their mind on something better than the position they're in. Tim, is a Matter 88 a good base for a defensive shotgun? I've seen a bunch of those. They seem to work, guys. They're not fancy, but they seem to work, is all I can tell you.
Somebody asked, have any of you had to draw or show your weapon in a real life scenario to protect yourself? Yes, I had to draw my gun on someone. I did not have to shoot them. That was enough to get them to stop trying to do what they wanted to do to me.
Oh.
And real quick, it was from my Maxpedition Jumbo Ursi pack. So if you're gonna carry off body, you should train that way. You should train carrying off body. I've taken fighting pistol and the FIGHT and advanced fighting pistol all from a purse. Like, I've taken them all like from a holster, and I've taken them all from a purse, so that drawing from a bag on your body is completely different than drawing from a holster on your body.
It's a good idea. I thought about doing that.
I did. I took it was fighting pistol, advanced fighting pistol, and then a couple of weeks later, I think I took the FIGHT with it, and because I wanted to make sure that I could pull from my bag. And then when it come, like, I'd done all of that before I had to draw from my purse in an actual
Yeah, you better.
situation.
It's just like, it looks like you people spend a lot of time in cars. My question to you is, where you carry your gun at now, can you draw it in a car?
Yep.
If you better find that out before you need to use it. Maybe you need to carry some other different carry method, such as ankle, or maybe a shoulder holster carry or something like that. If you can't get your gun out, if it's sitting at where mine sits at, with the seatbelt on it. You know, you better figure that out before you need it. Same thing with ladies with purses or off-body carry. You need to train with that where you know how it's going to work. You don't want to have to do it in the middle of the shit storm.
Nope.
Gary Johnson's in the house.
Yeah. Do you know EJ, Gary Johnson? Has a wife, Shauna, 2 beautiful baby girls from Texas.
Probably. I'm terrible at names. Better at faces.
I'm picking up a face.
Reagan, his oldest daughter, like, could have, it was just his DNA that made it in. Like, the only thing Shauna put in was that she was a girl. Like, that was it. Like, she looks just like him.
Mike Farrell said vehicle tactics has been my favorite range class so far. Yep, vehicle tactics is a good class. And if you spend a lot of time in a vehicle, that's a good class for you. Now, again, I'll go back to this. Please, guys, when you first show up, fighting pistol, immediate action medical, and the FIGHT, the 3 classes you need as a core base. Fighting pistol especially.
Yep.
And then after that, we encourage you to sign up for anything, you know.
And fighting pistol, like, if it was just the lecture and people would pay for that, that's what we would have. Because fighting pistol is your mindset class. And then, of course, it teaches people the mechanics of gun handling and gun fighting. But that class is about putting you in the right frame of mind to just live your life. So that is the class that we recommend to everybody first off. And then immediate action medical, because, of course, like, we want more people able to save lives. And then the FIGHT kind of shows you how you're going to measure up. Like, it's a class against your own ego, and it runs you through scenarios in the best way that we can while still letting you leave in one piece.
It's good. I like the shotgun class too. Fighting shotgun.
You don't have to suck up to 10.
I feel bad. I gotta make it up to him.
You shouldn't feel bad. You did.
I
fine.
don't. I'm just joking.
I know. Where's my hand at now? Let's play find the hand. Crazy. Let's see.
Be careful using pepper spray inside of your car.
Yeah, no shit.
Wait, what?
I was just reading that, and I'm
What did
trying
he say?
to, I'm
He
trying
said
to
he
think
carries
about it
pepper
right.
spray in his
In my-
cup holder.
Yeah.
Like, just be careful with it. If you're carrying pepper spray in your car, you should be carrying Stream or
Yeah,
foam,
I
not
was,
the spray.
I was reading that. I was reading that comment, and I was going, "How's the best way to answer?" I'm glad you dove into it.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing I'll tell you is, listen, you dumbasses. If the window's up, it's not going to help.
So, okay, last
Ask
thing
me how I
about
know
car,
this.
like, your vehicle
Yeah.
is way more likely to kill them than that gun on you.
Matter of
So-
fact, guys, in case you guys don't know, as part of vehicle tactics is the first thing I'm going to do is step on that accelerator.
Right.
That car, I'll outrun that gunfight.
Yeah.
I'll be down the road.
Like, the best
Just
gunfight
outrun
is
it.
the one you avoid.
Exactly. So the first thing is to drive away. Realize there's no traffic laws when you're in fear for your life. You can go over curbs and through parking lots and anything you want to do. Second thing is, if I've got to use something to get the bad guy, that 4,000-pound car beats a 115 grain 9mm all day long. And the last thing I'm gonna do is shoot. I'd rather do any of those other things first.
So my mom's parents, my mama and papa, my papa was in on the cardiac floor of a hospital, and my mama carried pepper spray in her purse. So they are in the cardiologist office. So all these people in there have heart problems, and she didn't mean to, and like leaned on her purse wrong. Well, she starts coughing, and it was like a zigzag domino effect. Everybody starts coughing, and one of the guys goes, "It started with her." Like that
I'm gonna
lady,
bail out for a minute.
she went up and goes to the bathroom.
Got some space.
And she comes out to my mom. She's like, "Rebecca, I accidentally hit my pepper spray." Like, she maced an entire office of heart patients. So just be careful how you carry your pepper spray. I accidentally I left one in my mom's car over the summer at the park, and it was in direct sunlight, and it exploded in the car.
Oh shit! I put one in a washer and dryer one time on accident. It was fine.
How were your clothes? Like,
They were fine too.
okay.
It was really weird.
Bad nuts. I thought he would never leave. Oh no, a ton of people ND with pepper spray. Like,
Most have safeties though, right? Pepper spray.
they're very easy to turn off. It's just like a slip of a button.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it's not loaded.
When I worked at the jail, like every time that they had a new officer come in, like one of the old guys would come in and like pepper spray the office and walk like as he was walking out, and then shut the door and lock it and take the key with him so they couldn't get out of the little box.
That sucks.
Going back in there, boys. I'm going in for the kill.
No, you ain't.
Oh, I thought you were
They
gone for
said
good.
finally, no more
Why are you wiping your
Tim.
face?
My hands wet.
gross.
I guess I should have washed them after I took a whiz.
Ooh.
I guess. But we didn't touch anything.
I touched you.
If you've washed and dried your tourniquet, that should become a training tourniquet. Especially if it's an elastic, the elasticity can degrade whenever you do that, especially in the dryer. I would make that a training tourniquet now.
I'm curious why they would wash it. Are they like
If
wearing
they-
it every day or
Yeah,
something?
their tourniquet, like keeping it in their pocket.
Oh yeah.
Sweating on it and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I thought it was like a
Keep mine in
fashion
my
statement or
bag.
something.
I will. Can I expand upon that story about pepper spray in the window?
Sure.
So, Central America, we were down there and we were running. It's funny we didn't come. We had to wait till Iraq and stuff to come up with these signs. Stay back 200 feet and shit, because we didn't have those signs.
Okay.
And so there was a car getting too close to our convoy, and I told the right front passenger, I said, take a smoke canister and throw it out there and get him off of us. Get him away from us. He's too close.
Okay.
And
I see where this is going.
okay, so we had M26 frags in the car, and we had the smoke canisters. Well, first thing we're trying is to smoke, so give the guy a break, not throw a frag at him. So the guy pulls a pin on a smoke canister, and he tries to throw it out the window. And the window's rolled down this far, so it hits it, falls in the floorboard.
Good thing it wasn't the frag.
No shit. Yeah. And so what you guys may or may not know about a smoke canister is there's no delay on it like there is on a frag. It goes off immediately. So it's starting to fume in the floor. And naturally, we got to roll the window the rest way down and throwed it out. And so back at debrief, when we got to debrief, the guy that threw it said the driver hit a curb. And I go, you idiot, I was in the back seat. You had the window rolled down this damn far. That's why it didn't work. So I'm leery of throwing things or spraying
Deploying
things from a car.
anything, yeah.
Yeah, and especially for the driver. We also had a guy shoot himself in the forearm because he was trying to drive and shoot. Pick one thing and do it. Do it well, but pick one thing.
Jerry,
You're driving and all of a sudden, bam, right through the forearm. So have a good day.
Jerry's doing great. He was just down here for immediate action medical. Me and him taught it the last 2 days, and then he will be back in Camden this weekend to teach low-lot building clearing. Tim, they want to know a list of things that make you mad.
Listen,
Oh, shit.
not very-
You got 3.
No.
You can give 3.
I don't
go.
have that.
He
many.
was shooting
He
his
doesn't
homeboys.
have that many?
No.
Shooting his homeboys.
Listen,
Shooting his homeboys.
you guys that know me that been around me, and I'm being deadly serious now. I don't get upset about things because it ruins your day. And so, if something bad happens, I try to learn from it. There's a lesson to be learned and then move on. Even if James, James is my boss, he's also my friend, but every once in a while I have an ass chewing coming. If he chews my ass about something, if it applies, I'll take it in and apply it. If it doesn't, I'll just let it go in one ear out the other. And then after it's over with, I've got a smile on my face and he can't understand why. And I said, well, he had his 5 minutes. I'm not letting anybody ruin my day. So go through life and don't let people control the kind of day you're having because it's your day. Why would you want to go through pissed off all the time? So very few things piss me off. I don't know if I can name anything right off the bat. Well, I can. Okay. People being cruel to animals, like dogs. I will lose my shit if I see somebody abusing a dog. Even though I'll go home and punch mine in the mouth every night I get home.
I was gonna say something.
Well, she got it coming. She's earned that.
I've known Tim 18 years now, 17, 18 years.
Is that long? Really?
It's that
Damn,
long.
that's scary.
I was just older than Dory when I met you.
Oh, for love of God!
Yeah.
I didn't
Damn.
realize it was that long.
Yeah, so I've known him a long time. I don't know if I've ever seen him mad.
No.
I really don't think I have.
James has. James kept me in a car from bailing out on a guy in California that I thought was abusing a dog, and it just turns out the guy was keeping the dog from running into traffic. But I was getting out of the car. James did the brother-in-law thing, where he puts his hand over your chest. He's just picking the dog up out of traffic, and I go, "Let me out of here." So no, that's about the only thing. In kids, people abusing kids. Don't get me wrong. I think kids need a spanking when they need a spanking, but
There's a
talking about
difference in abuse.
Yeah,
But not a
And
cold,
acid
hard
then.
punch to the face.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
I really agree with that. Like, there's a line between the kid did something wrong and like physically beating him until he's black and blue and bleeding.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's big time.
Although I beat my kids back in boo, like Tim does Cree. Like, I'm kidding.
Clancy Russell says, that's a good attitude to have. My boss pissed me off today. Well, don't let it get to you. Just roll with it, guys. It's your day. I don't let people control what kind of
Micah
day.
says,
a new
ladies,
boss.
what makes you mad? I'm fucking petty. So a lot. I'm going to go ahead and admit
Wait a
it.
minute,
I am petty.
But in fairness to you, most women are. They just
Right,
talk
like-
about them.
They're petty.
Like the toilet seat, for Christ's sake. We've been
I
talking about
have
that.
a master's
That's annoying.
in
It's
pettiness
annoying.
and vengeance, okay?
I don't know. I get more irritated with people.
That's another word for mad.
Yeah.
At least that's what my husband
That's
tells
just a
me.
nice way of
He's
saying
like,
it.
why are you mad? I'm not mad, I'm irritated. That's just a different word for mad.
Or when I was married, it was always good. It's, what are you mad about? Nothing. So I leave it, and
You were
that
married?
wells up. Oh yeah. Oh shit.
What?
Yeah.
That's
Why do you
crazy.
think I'm the way I am now? Why do you think I'm so
I
screwed
thought it was
up?
just from birth.
No, it wasn't from being overseas. It was from being married.
No, I said from birth.
That was worse. That was worse than combat ever. Being married.
I was gonna ask how did that end, but I don't.
Oh,
wanna
it
hear
ended badly. Like they all do. When your marriage ends, it always ends badly. Do you think there's a good way to end it?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, I'm sure
Yes.
there's been people out there that
No.
We're
Here,
civil?
guys, I've got some, I'll tell you, I got some dating advice, or I got some marriage advice now, guys.
Don't
Here
do
is.
it.
No. Guys, if you're thinking about getting
do
married,
it.
go find you a woman you don't like, buy her a house and a car, and just be done with it. Go ahead and buy her a house and car and just walk out. It's cheaper that way. Or be like that guy, you guys all seen those ads on the thing, like, looking for a wife with a bass boat, good bass boat and a motor. Send us a picture of the bass boat and the motor. They don't want to see what the woman looks like. She's got a good motor and a boat. I like it.
Like, I have a very loud face, so like my emotions are kind of, like what's on my mind. Just my mom, she has James bought her a shirt that was just like, I'm sorry, my face is so loud or something. Like, so I get it honest, but like I had Nick Prather, we were in a fighting pistol class together, and this guy, another student, he would not leave me alone. And he kept on, he was just poke. And Nick, so I just smiled and I would walk away, and Nick was like, you don't like that dude, do you? I was like, well, I don't know what you mean. He's
what
like,
the
your
hell's
face
going
is
on?
loud. That's what I mean. Like, we can
see
tell. So,
Who'd you touch?
did you try to touch Dory?
I saw a hand go
I
this way.
pushed her, and then she just, now it's a late reaction, like, touch me. You don't have to be quiet, Dory.
I don't know where that hand was going, but I was...
Somebody, what was the question? That's another thing, reason why I'm not married anymore. I could never lie to my wife or anything like that. If she asked me, what do you think this dress looks like? It would be my facial expressions gives away. I go, just look at, I just can't do it. Does my ass look fat in these jeans? Oh, no, huh? I was never any good at it, so.
Have you ever dated a woman that's killed more animals than you have? Like hunting?
Yeah, I think that's what they're talking about. No, I've dated some girls that I hunted with, though. I dated a girl for a long time that had a dog business, and I helped her with the dog business, training field trial labs, and we used to go duck hunting together. One was a great shot, yeah. She killed a bunch of birds, yeah.
Cody said, if your spouse cooks a terrible meal, what's the best way to tell them nicely? You don't. You be thankful that somebody fucking cooked for you.
Here, no, you just better learn to cook for yourself and say, baby, I got this,
That's what Alex does.
Yeah.
Like, so my husband, he does most of the cooking at our house, and that's why.
And this is the God's honest truth. I've gotten dates before because I'm a damn good cook, and the chick would go, like, if she found out I could cook, and she'd go, can you cook? And I go, well, come over and find out, and it's a good meal. And I've gotten dates that way. And
And then what do you make them?
I've got a dish that's always a good dish. It's called seafood lasagna. You know how you make regular lasagna with red sauce? This is a seafood lasagna.
You put like crab in it or something?
Yeah, crab and scallops and shrimp, and then you make a white sauce, a white roux, a white sauce instead of a red sauce.
And he adds chloroform to
Yeah,
An X-Lax?
wow, excuse me.
Damn.
So
We'll see you later, Micah.
yeah. So anyway, in other things, I actually enjoy cooking. To me, it's it's a relief valve if I have had a bad day, or not that I had a bad day, but it relaxes me. Let's just put it that way. So I love cooking for that reason.
I like salmon. I can cook some salmon.
Alex cooks at our house.
Oh,
I'm
wait
not a
minute.
great cook.
DB Cooper says, Tim, have you ever dated a predator posing as a house pet?
I don't even know what
I
that
don't even know what
means.
that means. Dude, learn some fucking English. How about that?
Dakota, it's not
you read it
your
wrong.
honesty that gets you in fights with your wife. It's you being a dick.
Well,
Like learn tact,
yeah,
sir.
exactly. Yeah, you gotta-
Learn
A lack
tact.
of communication.
You can't be brutal honest with a woman. You got to sugarcoat a
That's
little bit.
anybody though. Like they.
No, I'd
like-
rather you be brutal honest.
No,
with
you
me.
don't.
Yeah, I do.
You cried yesterday, Tim.
Favorite carry weapon for each of you? Glock 19.
Glock 43. That's what I carry.
I carry a shield.
Okay, I use a 48, the Glock.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey guys, there's one thing I know. Dory is a student and also a friend, and she will always be my friend, whether she wants to be or not. But the one good thing about it is I know this, and I know her daddy, and respect him and like him as well. But I'm sure of this: when she gets to the age where she's dating, I'm sure no guy will ever bring her home crying. I'm sure of that.
And no guy will ever pressure her for photos again. So if you're watching this, we all know.
I'm gonna talk to you about that later.
Yeah.
There's more.
From that one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Some guy on the internet did that?
No,
Oh.
From
alumni.
here.
You better not show up, or he's not gonna be happy.
Oh, a guy that took a class? That's
Hey,
creepy.
listen, we only got 4 minutes left, guys. I didn't realize it was going that fast.
Time flies when you're having fun.
What do you,
So,
Oh,
any ladies out there that want some seafood lasagna, hit them up.
If you don't mind, if you like personality more than looks.
Dory,
I didn't say that.
that's kind of harsh.
Yeah,
That was kind of harsh, Dory.
that's worse than shooting you.
Listen, when I was 20, you wouldn't have said that.
Like when Tim started working here, like he had a dump truck of an ass. Now it's just
It's
kind of
gone
old
south,
and saggy.
yeah, yeah.
But when he started working here, he had a dump truck.
Listen, I can give you guys some closing advice. After you turn 60, there's 3 things you cannot do any longer.
Oh, God.
Okay, number 1, you can't pass up a bathroom anymore. Every time you see one, you got to go to the bathroom, regardless. Number 2, you better not waste more than wood, because it happens very infrequently now. And number 3, you can't trust a fart. There
Tim,
you go.
not everyone over 60 shits their pants.
I
Like you
don't
should
shit
see
my-
a doctor.
No, I just don't trust the fart anymore. Nobody said nothing about shitting their pants.
What do you mean when you say don't trust? Why wouldn't
What does
you
it
trust
turn
a
into?
fart?
Well, you know.
What
if
does
you
it turn
do
into?
It could turn into that.
Does it
So
turn
you
into you
don't-
shitting your
no,
pants?
No, it doesn't, because I don't trust them. I'll go to the bathroom and blow one out there. I don't know what I'm saying.
Why, it might be too loud or something? Fat Nut said Dory is awesome.
Yes, she
And then
is.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
mean
but
and
that's one.
unprovoked.
Listen, fat nuts is one you need to stay away from. You're talking about a predator.
I've already met
His
him.
name's Fat Nuts.
Hey, before we end it, guys, we appreciate you sounding off and getting in here. Sorry James is not here, but again, the man needs a break.
Are you like
Back up, Kayla.
okay? So
Oh, that's all.
what's off? What'd you turn off? I was just gonna hit the button. Is it gone?
I'll get you back.
What'd you do?
You didn't push the button fast enough.
Oh, why'd you turn it off?
I didn't turn it off.
You did. Okay, so thanks for our guest. We will, me and Tim will be hosting again next week because my parents, it's going to be 2 weeks out there. Hope they're having a really good time. But we are going to call it a night. I got to go pick up my asshole children.
Oh, shit.
So, ready? Which one is it, Shelton? Yep, this one.
This is the way.
That's how we end it. This is the way. Have a good night, guys.
Bye, guys.